And how do we know that Rabbi Moshe is right? You go back to the beginning of the chapter, you'll see that I'm right. What is the subject? The simplicity of the message. See that? For 2 Corinthians 11, 2 through 3. The simplicity of the message. Verse 22. He goes, okay, fine. You allow them to be stupid? Well, go ahead. Allow me to be stupid as well. You ready? Now I'm going to join them, because you're used to people being stupid and not correcting you to make you spiritually stronger. So you put up with their stupidity. Now it's time for me to be stupid. You see, he had a nice Jewish personality. All right, you're going to be stupid. Now it's my turn to be stupid. Verse 22. Are they Ephraim? Me too. So am I. Are they Israelites? I'm Jewish Israelite. How about you? Are they of the seed of Abraham? So am I. Are they Abadim Mashiach? Me too. I speak as a fool. More than them. I've been more trials and labor, more abundant, working for the kingdom. More beatings above my own limit, 23. More prison time than any of them. More near-death experiences than all of them. Well, Rabbi, I'm saved and sanctified. I'm brand new and going through. Well, so was he. And after he got saved and sanctified, he had many, not one, many near-death experiences. Just because you're a believer doesn't mean you won't have many near-death experiences. Okay? Many near-death experiences. Verse 24, from the unbelieving Yehudim, 5 times I received 40 minus 1, 39. Some of you have never beaten for the Besorah. Not me. So what qualifies him to be a true Sholiach and not a satanic one? The fact that he bore the pain, stuck to the message, and brought seeking unity, maturity, and perfection in every congregation he went to, without robbing them for pay or an agenda, but he had the people and the leadership's best interests at heart. I said at heart. 3 times he was beaten with rods. Once he was stoned. It doesn't mean in the parking lot. It means they threw stones at him. 3 times he was shipwrecked. A night and a day he was in the deep. 26. In many journeys, perils of Mayim, floods, perils of robbers, perils of my own countrymen, unbelieving Yehudim, perils of the heathen, perils of the city, perils of the wilderness, perils in the sea. Well, why did he go into the wilderness and the sea and the city? The life of a Sholiach is going where others don't want to go. Going where other people are afraid to go. Right. Leading Israel by example, giving them permission to pursue the ancient paths that have been forsaken by the voice and the clamors and the pressures of modernity. Amen. Boy, that was good. Did we get that on tape?
I think
that's for all you sleeping giants in the kingdom.
Amen.
And sleeping with potential just to get you up and going. Look what made him a true Sholiach, Rebbitzin. Look, he was willing to go where others with religious titles were not. Where are you willing to go? Oh, I forgot you got that wife there. You got that husband there. That's right, you got to answer to him. And your relatives too. Don't forget your cousins. You got to have to answer to all of them. And your in-laws.
And the little kid down the block.
And a boy named Sue.
I'm going to leave that alone. I'm leaving that alone.
Me and you and a boy named Sue. Wasn't his name? That's
Johnny Cash.
Me and you and a boy named Sue. Whatever.
All right now.
So, in other words, he had perils from when he was in his own country. He had perils from the Goyim. He had perils from cities and villages. He had perils in the wilderness. That's what made him the great Apostle Sholiach. Not that he was antinomian and preached Christ, grace, and the love of... No. What made him great was he was what? Willing to go and to do and to lead and to engage in the things where others were not willing to go, to lead by example. Not by talking, not by doctrine, not by debating, not by argumentation, and not by midrashim. leaders are not the best midrashers. They are the most courageous to go to the wilderness and to the city and wherever Mashiach, wherever decency and order needs to be restored in the communities around of Yeshua. That's where you find the Sholiach. Not where the paychecks are the biggest and the hotel rooms and all their bills and needs are taken care of. Not where there's a presidential suite at $10,000 a night. Like some religious hypocrites. Vipers. Who take the people's money and tell them it's for babies in Africa and dig wells and don't have food to eat, and they and their mistresses from other ministries are staying in hotels at $20,000 a night in Rome. And they won't travel unless they're in a $10,000 a night presidential suite. Vipers, brood of vipers, hypocrites.
Who warned you to flee?
How can any of you escape damnation? So what's wrong with it? What is the solution for all these people, these rich televangelists that are staying in $10,000, $20,000 a night hotels? What's the solution? Number one and number two. Love Yahuwah, go back. Go back. Love Yahuwah with all your heart, all your soul, all your mind, and learn to love your neighbor as yourself.
Amen.
There's help. There's healing. That's a true Sholiach. He'll go anywhere to preach those two commandments, to get things right, and portray Yeshua as he really is, not as religion has made him to be. Look at verse 27. What? You want to be a Sholiach? Here's the life of a Sholiach. In toils, in hardships, in making tefillot often, not for himself, for others, in hunger, in thirst, in much fasting, in cold, in nakedness. Not because he refused to provide, but because his love for the brethren put him in these situations. Besides those things that are outside, attacks and pressures, stress, anxiety. That which comes upon me daily, the care and the well-being of all the Israelite congregations. You read that? A Sholiach, the life of a Sholiach, is not a corner vision, it is a global vision.
I like that.
They may forsake marriage. They may forsake a job. They may forsake a sense of well-being. They may forsake a sense of provision to go out to the highways and to byways and to pioneer a lifestyle or congregations so that the pressure of daily living plus the care and the well-being, not of one, not of two, not of three, but of all the Israelite assemblies could come upon them. So what is the greatest office? It is the office of an apostle. And it is the devil's job to tell you that the apostles no longer exist. Apostles are no longer needed. Why? He only had 12. Now, if that lie is true, Darrell, if he only had 12, then where does that leave me and you when we get off track? Where does that? Who's going to fix that pastor and that evangelist that won't travel on the road to preach the love of Yeshua unless he's put in a $10,000 a night suite? Who's going to fix that and speak into that hypocrite's life? There's only 12 and they're all dead.
Out in the cold.
You see what a lie that is? You see what a lie that is?
Yes.
Let me help you. Okay, for those of you who are still praying about who is and who is not from Yahuwah, let me help you. Anybody that needs, not as a gift, once in a lifetime anniversary or wedding, no. Anybody who cannot travel and preach without a $10,000 a night presidential suite is not from Yahuwah. Was that hard to figure out?
Not hard. That was
$200 a night, whatever. Something convenient, sure. Something nice, why not? Why not? But you take people's money and you take $10,000 a night? That's $70,000 a week of people's tithes and offerings so that you could pass gas in a nice atmosphere.
Issues.
$70,000 that can be used to feed, to clothe, and to preach the everlasting Besorah.
Exactly.
Instead of giving you a Hugo Boss.
In fasting and cold and in nakedness more. Beside those things that are outside attacks, daily care, and the